I am back with comic reviews, and first a couple of news of note. I did the video about 600 subscribers asking you guys and girls for ideas for commentaries and rants. I'm still taking suggestions. I won't be doing the commentary rant week until maybe next week, so there's still time. I'm going to leave the link to that video underneath. Don't leave any suggestions on this video. Leave it on the one that I'm going to leave the link below. So, go check it out. And if you have any ideas you want me to bitch about or rave about, let me know. I'll be happy to go through them. And like I said before, I'm only doing ones I have opinions on. So if you ask me about something I do not have any interest in, I'm sorry. I'm sure it's probably important, but I don't have opinions on every single thing. Now to comics, which thankfully I have some opinions on. We got Neil Adams issue 4 of Batman Odyssey, where this girl's going, "You're the Batman, my daddy said you'd keep me safe," and it looks like he's about to bite her head off. Let me just say one thing, the covers have been all very interesting. The first one is like a bloody shot of him getting shot through the arm, and then there's another neat one of him getting shot a whole bunch. And then that great little shot of him going into this cave with Robin and Alfred behind him, and they're crawling on rocks, and if you look like a little further back, it looks like the Riddler's face. And now we got this crazy shot right here. I mean, they stand out, let me tell you. And the art still doesn't disappoint. I just adore every kind of... I mean, God, what's so great about it, it's still comic art, but it's so realistic, especially in the faces. He really relishes his close-up shots. And, I mean, they look like people, which is great. It's nice to see this kind of, running around in comics somewhere. The dialogue is a little odd here and there. Batman fucking flips out, because one of the bad guys shoots a girl, and for a couple pages, Batman thinks she's dead, and just goes apeshit on the guy. It's not like one of the cops could, jump in or anything, the 50 cops that are just hanging around. The dialogue in that scene's a little odd. And then we got to Talia, who informs Bruce that they were, kid buddies, when he was a toddler. Therefore, suggesting here that Bruce Wayne's parents knew Ra's al Ghul in some kind of way. And then we get an attack by another Man-Bat guy, but it's not Langstrom. It's let's see, it's Ubu, right? Yeah, it's Ubu. Doing the whole Ninja Bat thing years before Grant Morrison. Well, actually, Grant Morrison technically did that first, but this is retrofitted. Whatever, comics are comics. Anyway, some crazy shit happening in here, to the point where I'm not quite sure what's going on. Although it is called Odyssey, we have 13 issues, and you know what? It's just one of those things where, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but you know what? I'm willing to pace myself with this, and make my final decision once I've gotten a look at the whole thing. It does seem like in this issue, it is going somewhere. We're definitely doing a Ra's al Ghul story, I think. I'm going to give this 4 Ram Chips. Meanwhile, over in The Dick Knight, this is Batman Streets of Gotham. Paul Dini, Dustin Ewan, and somebody else is writing here too. Derek Verdorfs. And this is basically going back... Actually, this is actually a few weeks old, actually. I wasn't very interested in this issue, and I've been broke, so you know what? It wasn't high priority for me, so I didn't buy it until this week. And it's the second part of the story featuring the Carpenter, which only Dini really loves. Is this girl who, does, carpentry work for villains and, I think, heroes even alike. Meanwhile, we got the subplot of Hush, still in disguise as Bruce Wayne, being pushed around, being told by Batman's allies, what he can spend the money on. I am so sick of this storyline. I'm so sick of it. I want Tommy Elliott dead. I want his family dead. I want even his friends dead. I'm sick of him. I am sick of Hush and his bullshit. I'm tired of seeing him pop up going, "Ooh, look, I'm Hush, I'm Tommy." No one gives a fuck about you. You're a B-lister for some reason on the A-list squad. I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. Always in everybody's face. Someone needs to blow your fucking brains out. I'm sick of seeing you. I almost would be thankful to see Batmite in place of this dick. I'm sick of him. He ruins every fucking thing I see him in. And the rest of the issue is okay. I'm gonna give it like 2 Ram chips. Actually, it's not okay. It's boring, and I'm gonna stop reading Streets of Gotham. I think Dini's done with the series, frankly. I can tell he's bored, and I think he's already signed off Gotham City Sirens. I think he's just kind of moved on, really. And now I'm going to move on. iZombie issue 6, where we get into, let's see, Gwen's buddy, the Were-Terrier, and his kind of backstory, him being raised by his grandfather, who is a big cartoon voice guy. And let's see, we get a little bit into who he is and what he is thinking about, and then of course we get kind of a meaningful end with his grandfather. And then, quite a twist at the end, which, frankly, I didn't like, actually. I don't like that. Did you like that? I didn't like that either. What happens is, his grandfather does die, and his spirit gets into a monkey? What the fuck? Why do fucking writers do that all the time? I don't know. I've seen this, like, a whole bunch of times. Like, oh, that person's dead. Now they're in the body of a horse. I don't care. Why is this interesting? Why do people keep doing that? I don't like that. I'm going to take a Ram chip off just because I hated that. It's going to be 4 Ram chips. Best issue of the week, the comic that didn't annoy the shit out of me, is Madame Xanadu, issue 27. And we're at part 4 of a storyline called Extrasensory, which, it's interesting. It's been made up of one-shots, actually, each dealing with a theme of one of the senses. And this one we have touch. And it's chapter 4, Don't Touch Me There. And Matt Wagner's still writing, and Celia Cal is doing the art. I've never seen her before, but this art is amazing, actually. I think it's quite striking, beautiful. And this is an early page right here. It deals with a model who's actually a succubus. And she doesn't let people touch her unless she needs to feed. And it's just quite stunning and kind of creepy in points. It takes place in 1964, and she's part of this, she's the main fashion model of this kind of group who call themselves the Foundry. And yes, it's a reference to Andy Warhol's Factory. And there's, characters equivalent to the Factory. And the art is just amazing. And the character Neon Blue, who's the model, is just, she's just a hateful bitch, frankly. And, because, succubuses are usually such nice people. But the art here is just, it's just so beautiful. And it reminds me a little bit, I know it takes place in the 60s, but it reminds me a little bit of art from the 80s, when comic artists like Bill Sienkiewicz, for instance, we're trying to kind of like stretch the boundaries on what is art and what can tell a story. And I think this, I don't know, this just kind of reminds me of this. And unlike Sienkiewicz and some of those other artists, who did like straight toasters and stuff like that, it's very crisp and clean and beautiful to look at. And I really enjoyed this one. This is 5 Ram chips. I'm sorry to see this series go in a few months. I really think it's quite a shame. It's really been nice if this book had caught on. If you're interested, this would be a good issue to pick up, because to be honest, you don't have to even read the rest of the storyline to know what's going on. You can pick it up and be done with it. 5 Ram chips. I think that about do it right now, and push the button, Lindsay.